Hello and welcome. It's Leah Zallens here on the Z-Axis Leadership Consultancy page, and this is the first of 4 masterclasses that I am conducting on this page over the next 4 weeks. Now I'm just going to plug in my microphone here, just one moment. See if that makes any difference, but welcome. And today we are focusing on, or the theme of the 4 masterclasses is what stands between you and your ideal career. And today's focus is specifically about 3 big mistakes that I see that professionals especially are making with reference to social media about their professional branding. So let's put some context on this. Branding is a huge subject, and so the focus of today is purely who are you on social media. And for you, for this to be relevant, you are somebody who is looking for that next career move, either up or out of the organization that you are in, and perhaps you are looking at making that transition from corporate into your own consultancy, running freelance, or setting up your own startup, or perhaps even joining a startup. So again, something completely new and different from what your career has been to date. And the third person that this is particularly relevant for is that business owner or consultant who is looking for that next level of career growth, and who's doing a lot, creating a lot of content, trying to do stuff, and yet it's not quite bringing in the desired results. And what are the desired results? The desired results is that next job, like to nail that next job, actually be the chosen one if you're that corporate person. Or if you are looking to make that move to consultancy, you want that one paying client that will validate what you know to be true for you, and that you have that gift that you want to give the world, and that now needs to be validated by someone paying you to deliver that thing, that service, that product that you know has value, or you believe has value. Or indeed you are already that consultant or that business owner, and you are looking for a more sustainable way to generate leads and actually get more paying clients. So we're going to spend a few minutes on the 3 big no-nos that I see in the social media, and I will be giving you 3 tips of what to do instead. And I will also give you a framework towards the end of this session, so please do stay with me till the end, that will actually give you a fresh way to look at yourself as a brand. So that's what we'll cover in the next 20 minutes or so. So if you're here live, I can't actually see you to be responding to your comments right now because I'm in front of the camera. And indeed, so do let me know you're here. Let me know if you are a corporate professional looking for that next career move, or if you're a business owner looking for that next level of sustainable growth, or ways to use social media to generate more leads and sales. Or if you are in that really exciting time of being that corporate professional, now looking at going consultant, being consultant, or perhaps you're being forced to do that because the company is no longer paying you and your job hunt has been fruitless to date. The reality is the marketplace is noisy. Whether you're a corporate professional or a business owner, the market is crazy busy. So the theme, the question I want you to write down the answer to right now is, what is your ideal career role? If we were to wave a magic wand and whirl the movie camera, along 12 months, let's say, and you are in that magic place, you are in that ideal role, what is it? What do you see yourself doing? Who do you see yourself doing it with? What money are you earning? And how are you balancing the work-life arena? And how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And so when you look back on today, I think, my God, thank God I took action on Leah's first masterclass, because that's my proof, if you like, of what I do. What is the true market value of what consultants like myself, right? I help you with your career. I help you get the money you want. I help you get that interview, nail that interview and get that job. And I also give you the work up, the preparation by way of coaching and worksheets and programs to help you develop your brand so you can actually step into it, own it, and not be apologetic for who you truly are and what you want to bring to the world, why that's unique, why that's different, and why you need to be chosen. So there's a clue right there. So clients that coach with me one-on-one in the executive space are typically in that science and technology marketplace, and that is very much aligned with my background, having some 3 decades in corporate sales in healthcare and IT solutions, and over that 20 odd years I would have had at least 20 job changes as well. So that tells you something about the dynamics of sales as an industry, and particularly of high-tech, high-stakes solutions, and the kind of dog-eat-dog world that is. So are we in a dog-eat-dog world now? Yes, we are. Is it really any different? You know what? It actually isn't. It has always been dog-eat-dog for the ambitious ones, for the leaders. And that's why today I offer myself as, or define myself as, an executive coach for leaders. And why for leaders? Because leaders are the ones that want to inspire and facilitate change. I have the skills, and over the last 5 years, the education and the application of that education in coaching psychology, in NLP, in business development, in social media development, in brand development. I have put this all together now, and this is what I'm delivering in my 5 Eyes to Impact program, which is a program that will be launching early 2021. And you're all welcome to apply to the waitlist for that. And secondly, so there's the program, there's also one-on-one coaching, which I do have capacity for a few clients each year, but that does tend to be quite expensive. So if you are interested in personal coaching, please do message me, please do let me know in the comments. And or if you want to waitlist for that program, do let me know in the comments as well. And if you're watching the replay, which I know many of you are because this is the middle of the day, then tell me replay and then what your ideal career role is as well. And let's get some dialogue going, and let's see what we can actually action from this session today. So coming back to, how do I know I've delivered value? I know because I live and breathe this, and with my paying clients, obviously paying clients pay attention, so they tend to do the work that gets the results. That's the biggest difference between paying and free. But I will have great pleasure in knowing I have facilitated some kind of growth, some kind of aha moment that has inspired and facilitated you to take a different action as a result of our time together today. That feeds my soul when I hear that you've heard something that has helped you to move past a block, that has given you fresh inspiration to then take the action, take a different action than what you've taken to date. So, the context of today then, we will come back to the framework, which will give you a fresh way to take a look at yourself. But let's get into the three big no-nos, three big mistakes I see in relation to professional brand. And you might say, well, I'm in corporate, so, I don't need a brand because I'm going to represent the corporate brand. That is a big, big myth. That is yesterday's way of seeing yourself and excusing yourself from not showing up on social media. So I was going to say the biggest first mistake across the board, whether you're an entrepreneur or a business owner or a corporate professional, is that you are not posting regularly on the social media platform where your ideal companies, where your peers, where your colleagues, where your potential referrers, where your potential new colleagues, new referrers, new employers, new clients are going for information. And we're talking about specifically LinkedIn here, because LinkedIn is the professional job network. Traditionally, it was there for job hunters, job seekers. It is now becoming a much more Facebook-like platform, in that there is facility to do to post more documents, more videos, stories. There's all kinds of functionality. This is not about selling you on LinkedIn, but what I am encouraging you to do is how are you showing up on LinkedIn? Because whether you're in the job hunt, whether you're a consultant looking for more clients, what is your social media footprint, let's call it? Is it intentional, or is it nondescript? Is it, and I see this particularly with high-level executives, or perhaps those in the digital transformation space, where you tend to be the back end of town. You're not the front end of the business, like the sales consultants or the marketing consultants or PR consultants, whose job it is to promote the corporate brand and therefore be posting and presenting, being networking online. But the back end roles particularly need to create their own social media, the intentional footprint. Because why? Job hunters, the employers, the HR directors, the line managers, they are going to LinkedIn first before they give your resume a good once over. And if you are a business owner, they're going to LinkedIn before they check out your website. LinkedIn is becoming the default kind of, what are they about type place. So my question is, how current is your LinkedIn profile? Is your picture, your profile picture, something that depicts who you want to become in this next role? Or is it a picture from 5 years ago, or maybe no picture at all? How deliberately are you sharing what you do, who you do it for, what makes it possible for those people who receive your products or services, and why are you unique, why are you different, and why should they choose you? Now here's the catch. You don't need to be better. I'm going to say that again. You don't need to be better than the next person. You don't need to be cheaper than the next person going for that role. But you need to be clearly unique. You need to be clearly different. And you need to own who it is you say you are. So do you even have a statement about that? Do we know what you stand for, what's important to you, and perhaps what you don't tolerate as well? And I'm going to talk more into that, because what you don't stand for is going to be more or less relevant depending on context there. But certainly your LinkedIn profile absolutely needs to be intentional, and it needs to spell out how you are unique, how you are different, why should they choose you, and who is it specifically who should choose you. We are in the era of specifics today. Now, I'm just going to check the time here, because I don't want to go over. Okay, so we've got about 13 minutes to go. Okay, so that was mistake number one, that you have no intentional LinkedIn footprint. So A, your profile. B, are you posting regularly about things of interest to your potential client, to your potential next employer? Not what's of interest to you, but what's of interest to them. They are the ones that have to keep reading when they land on your post. Are you writing articles? And that's something that's definitely on my list to do, because I haven't written a long form article for a while either. So definitely that will be happening today. Because this is where you can express yourself. This is where you show how your LinkedIn profile that says how you're different, says how you're unique, says why they should choose you. It's your content that then supports that. So deliberate, intentional content that feeds what you are aspiring to do. Now that's a huge topic, and obviously not something that we can cover here in 30 minutes, but it's definitely a big part of what we do in my 5 Eyes to Impact career change program. So as I said, ping me if you want more information on that. Now, second point is, how are you working your job market or your gig market? Are you relying on responding to job ads, responding to grant applications, responding to things that come across your desk? How proactive are you? Are you connecting with people in your network, with people who might know someone in those organisations that you're going for? Have you nominated which top 10 organisations you would love to work for? And maybe there's not 10, maybe there's 3. But have you nominated those? Are you deliberately researching it? Are you deliberately being proactive? The old way of responding to seek is dead. And that is very much what I hear from many corporate job seekers, where they're putting an application after application and they're not even getting a rejection letter because the bot is clearing them out before a human has even read what might be beautifully crafted resume. And maybe you have spent a lot of money on resume writing, on having consultants or copywriters even write your resume, write your LinkedIn profile. How is that working for you? I ask you because this is a big, big topic in itself as well. Nobody knows you like you do. Nobody can write your words for you about you. They can tweak it. They can embellish it, certainly, and help you with the keywords and the finessing at that front end, totally. But how are you unique? How are you different? How do you stand out? Why should they choose you? These are all things that you must do for yourself. And definitely that is a big part of the coaching that I do with people. I would never give you your words for you, not ever. And this is why, again, I say on social media, your voice must be authentically you. So, proactive work on your job search, on how you're showing up with LinkedIn. Don't expect the old application through recruiters, through headhunters, and responding to job ads to work. So the third thing I have also covered too, and that is some of you are really at your wit's end and you're looking at maybe employing a business coach, a career coach, a business consultant. And the default with that is to throw your arms in the air and say, I don't know what I need, can you just fix it? Can you just get me get that job? Or can you just help me get those more clients? Can you do it for me? They can't do it for me. They'll take your money and make promises, and then 6 months down the track, you'll often find a poor taste in your mouth because, oh, well, that business coach didn't help. You know, sure, I might have got more leads, but I didn't get more conversions. Or I might have got more job interviews, but I didn't actually nail the one I wanted. Right? And this is where the right tool for the job, and what's the hinge that swings the biggest door. And that's why someone with a background like myself, where I have the corporate background, I have the maturity. I also have 5 years in this entrepreneur consultant gig, where I've been learning and studying and investing and making so many of these mistakes I'm talking about as well. So don't expect that business coach or consultant to fix all your woes. And the clearer you are about who you are, what you stand for, what are your beliefs, what are your attitudes, what are your standards, what are your expectations. It's another frame that I might talk about next week actually. But again, this work is done with the deep identity work that I do before you get to the copywriter or that business coach, more that front end lead gen people. So be really, really clear about what you're hiring for and who you hire. So they're my 3 big mistakes. Either you're not showing up at all on LinkedIn, where you have no idea who you are except your work history, and you still expect your work history to get you that next role. No, that's not enough. You must inject your personality and your personal and professional brand into your LinkedIn profile, into the posting you do. And every corporate professional needs their own profile now. We are in everyone's a celebrity mode. We truly are, because the people who do that, guess what? That's the new squeaky wheel pond. The ones that are showing up the most are the ones that actually gets noticed and are much more likely to get referred, get recommended, and get hired. Number 2, what was the second one? The old ways again. This feeds in to the first one, but don't expect just to be responding to job ads to do it. You've got to be far more proactive about that and listen back to the suggestions I made there. And thirdly, don't expect your business coach or career coach or copywriter or branding coach to do you a makeover. You've got to do the makeover. The deep identity work starts with you, and that's with a professionally trained executive coach like myself, who has the skills and the background and the education to actually give you something that will create sustainable future in your career, and that you will enable you to land that ideal role that you're looking for. Now, we do have a few minutes left, and I did promise you, did we? Yes, 5 minutes left. So I did promise you a fresh frame on what you can be doing for yourself to, or a fresh way of looking at yourself. Where, and again, this is whether you're a consultant, whether you're a corporate leader, whether you are a CEO, whether you are a big multinational corporate employee, or a small business owner. There are fundamental values and beliefs that are divided into 4 categories that are the underlying schema, if you like, that feed how you see the world. So, and these 4 frames, one is, and again, we're going to be a mixture of all 4, but primarily there is the passion-based or passion-driven leader. I'm going to call you a leader because you're leading your career, you're leading your life. Passion-based, or are you primarily mission-based? Or are you opportunity-based? And the 4th one I will come back to, because that is the mystery. It's a bit like the mystery house, in Escape to the Country. The 4th one is the mystery box. So are you passion driven? If you are perhaps, say, a really great guitar player, and you are driven to help others to play the guitar better, or you're a professional at something, doctors, lawyers, you're specialists, you're the thing that you do, you're a specialist at, then, and you want to make money working in your passion, then this is you're more driven by a passion to do a specific thing. And I always marvel and I admire the passion-based folk because they often will find their one thing and stick to it and create a great degree of success with that. Mission-based. Now, I'll come back. I'll go around the positives. No, okay, what are the downsides of each as well? So the passion-based is you stick with one thing and drive it through. What is the downside? The downside is that you might be so passionate about it that you will give it away for free. So you're not necessarily making the money you deserve because at all costs you want to be working in your passion and you will work for any price. So maybe you are denying yourself your full earnings potential that way. And this also plays out in how effectively do you negotiate contracts for deals, contracts for employment, and salary increases. Now, the mission-based folks, these are beautiful people who have that desire to make a social change in the world. So the climate change people, the social change makers, the fighting for women's equality and gender equality. And this is where it's the mission. It's something outside of yourself that is driving your commitment to get those meetings, to build that movement, to get the followers, to get the funding. Often your not-for-profits will fall into there. What's the downside of that? Is the mission-based entrepreneurs and business folk often will drive themselves so hard for the mission that they themselves get lost in the crowd and they're burnt out before they know it, and they're not paying themselves either because all the money, all the resources go towards the mission. So fabulous focus on outcome here, very poor focus on money up at this end of the quadrant. Now, quickly, are you an opportunity-driven entrepreneur or corporate executive? And this is the person that chases the bucks. This is the one that's chasing the opportunity. This is the one that's looking for the next big thing. So these are often the shiny object people, and they're jumping from one thing to another, and they can often look far more successful than they truly are. Because yes, they're chasing opportunity, and it's usually money driven. It's outcome driven, it's what's in it for me. So often salespeople, entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs, a lot of digital marketers, a lot of your big names, your Tony Robbins, your, the motivational people, the ones that are always out there, if you like. They tend to be opportunity based. Now, they also do tend to be the ones that rake in the cash because they're chasing the money beyond the context, if you like. It's not the passion for the thing. They'll sell anything, whereas a passion-based person will only really feel just totally in flow selling their one thing, the one thing that they do really well. Same with the mission-based people. Mission-based will be able to, talk forever about climate change, but when it comes to actually negotiating a salary for themselves, they're often not so good. Whereas the opportunity-based people are really good at getting jobs, really good at getting the gig. How well do they deliver? What's their follow-through rate? What's their attention to detail rate, right? So there's the upside, the downside. Good at getting the money, maybe not so good at keeping the money, perhaps is the downside of the opportunity base. So now, just quickly, because I know we're out of time, what is this fourth quadrant? And this might be where you are right now. And that is that you might be scratching your head thinking, I don't know what my passion is. I've always done this kind of work, but is it my passion? Mission-based, yeah, I know, I give money to all these different causes, but do I want to start a cause? Do I want to join a cause? Not really. And opportunity-based, no, I've been risk-averse. I haven't made enough changes in my life, and that's partly why I am where I am. So, where am I? I don't know where I am. I'm in the undecided category. And you know what? This is where I was at the beginning of this year. And I've got to tell you, it's the most exciting place to be because it means you are open to possibility. And it means if this is speaking to you, it's requiring a response. It's going to drive you to search. It's going to drive you to really uncover what is your unique passion, what makes you different, what makes people choose you, or why people should choose you. And what is that thing that you do that then makes possible benefits and outcomes for others, which feeds into the so what of the thing you do, whether it's your job or your business. And let's see where are the opportunities for you to try out your passion that's going to then feed a potential mission. But either way, it's going to send you on a path of discovery, because being undecided means that you're going to experiment. You're going to give things a go because you're not heavily invested in one particular way, in one passion. You don't know, you haven't got a mission that you're invested in. So you're going to give something a go. So it doesn't have to be forever. It means you can try. Maybe you have been going for lots of jobs and that isn't giving you return. Then maybe give consultancy a go. So we start to think about and work out what kind of pathways are options for you from this undecided place. But fabulous things can happen from undecided. I mean, just in 6 months, I've gone from undecided to being the leader and the founder of the 5 Eyes for Impact program that will be opening soon. And I am deliberately focusing on the career change for executives in that third stage of life, so 45 plus up. So whether you want to go up in your career or out, and in that consultant or corporate to consultant transition, because you have a lot of experience and background behind you, and we've just got to find ways to pull it all together to give you that next lease of life that's going to give you the opportunity to action your potential and claim that career that is ideal for you. So without further ado, I'm going to close off for now, and I trust this has served. Let me know what has stuck out for you as being the most valuable for you. What action are you going to take? What's the one action you're going to take as a result of this short masterclass? I look forward to reading your comments and responding, and tune in next week, same time, same place. Thanks.